Talk Radio, brought to you each and every day here by Lindsay & Associates, with locations in Fayetteville, locations also too in Rogers. Lindsay & Associates, we bring great neighbors together. Also brought to you by Locomotion. Looking for a place to take the kids, have a great time, eat good pizza? Locomotion, it's located just below the Northwest Arkansas Mall, and also too Fun City. You can catch them just below the just off the 412 bypass in Springdale, Arkansas. And lastly, if you don't get a chance to catch us here each and every day on our live stream of On the Hill with Pat Jenkins Sports Talk Radio, you can catch us on iHeartRadio as we podcast each and every day. Our top segment of iHeartRadio. And Demetrius, basketball season coming up. What's your big take in the red-white game if you're able to attend on Friday night?
I won't be attending the game due to work, but, really what I'm expecting to hear, from that media press conference Monday, that the guys will really look conditioned. I'm expecting these guys to really be in tip-top shape, especially with the way the season ended. So I'm really just expecting these guys to come out, look hungry, at least look fluid. I really expect a lot of cohesion. I just really want to see how the younger guys get up and running down the court.
Well, Coach Anderson&Daryl Macon and Senior Daryl Macon and Jaylen Barford both made their way to Nashville earlier today and caught up with a couple of SEC media analysts and had a conversation about the Razorbacks and Fast and Sporty. And this is what they had to say.
Back at it one more time. What was that process like when you look at Daryl Macon and Jaylen Barford and the conversations that you had with them to the end now where they're back with you?
Well, one of the things about it, Daryl, I thought everything was transparent, in terms of the relationship that I had with those kids and the communication. So they were up front in terms of what they were trying to seek and find, and having gone through it the previous year with Bobby Portis and Michael Qualls. So I wanted to, and Moses Kinsley. So I wanted to give them some valuable information. And at the end of the day, I think they went through the process, and when they did make that decision, I was like, great, let's do it. Because you're talking about two guys who really came on last year for our basketball team, and just think, with a year of seasoning and going into this year, man, I tell you what, it excites me.
Woo pig, big time there.
Yes, sir.
Back.
Coach, you lose so much defensively, and I know you're a defensive-minded coach with Moses Kinsley, with what he did for you inside. How are you going to replace that? Obviously, you got 6 seniors, but is it going to change your style? You still going to press and get out the guys?
I think we're extended more. I thought last year we probably played more half court than we have in the previous year, defensively and offensively. And that's because we had 7 new guys to come on board. But now those guys are a little more updated in what we do, and I think it's got to be by committee. It's not all about blocking shots. There are teams where we didn't have the great shot blockers, but we had guys that can take charges. Guys could give me that second line of defense, and so it's a great analogy. You said defensively, that's got to be our motto this year, that we really got to dig in and make people uncomfortable, and so, but protecting the hole as well.
There's going to be some shots available without Dusty Hannahs now. Where are those going?
Well, you still got Macon over there. You got Barford there. We got some guys that can put it up. And but my biggest aim now is if you're going to make it to that next level, your defense has got to be really, really on par. I thought North Carolina in that particular game attacked us on the glass. So we got to be a team that's going to rebound by committee. We're going to be more athletic this year. I really like this team right now. I may not be saying that in about 2 more months, but I do like them right now.
Well, may not be saying it 2 more days after practice.
You talk about the North Carolina. Is that something that you I know that was a painful loss and it had to be a difficult one. Is that tape you've watched 100 times and you've watched it with your guys, or is that these are what we want to get away, now let's burn that thing and be done with it?
No, I didn't really watch it till probably about a month ago.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't watch it. It already plays in your mind anyway. So, but it's a new year, fresh start. We've got a tremendous recruiting class that came in to go along with this bunch here, and so I'm really excited about where this team is right now. They had a chance to really do some bonding this summer, and they work extremely hard. They're listening to my words. They're seeing the vision that I'm talking about, and obviously I say every year I'm trying to win a national championship, and so to me we got to work towards becoming a better team each and every day.
Guys, you guys both kind of tested the waters a little bit of the NBA and decided to come back. I want you both to answer this, but I'll start with you, Jaylen. How close were you to leaving?
I wasn't that close to leaving. I like the university. I like the campus. I love the town. I love my team, and I love my coaches. So just coming back this year was great for us, and we're hoping to shock the world this year.
Daryl, how close?
I can say it was a pretty tough decision. My decision was based off my family, and that was the main reason I really, really wanted to get the chance to play in the NBA last year, is because I wanted to help my mom and a lot of family issues. But I'm glad I came back.
You were so close, and you know where I'm going, against North Carolina. What did you learn from that game, and within your locker room right now, how does that game resonate going forward?
Jaylen Barford, also too, senior. Daryl Macon, and also head coach Mike Anderson, there from SEC Media Days. Talked a little bit about just the driving force, what they're looking forward to. Also, too, we preempted it a little bit, but there was a statement in that press conference that they were asking about true freshmen. We call him Dr. Duncanstein, Demetrius, our name for Daniel Gafford, and he had a lot of good things to say about Daniel. His upside, his career here at the University of Arkansas. These are two guys that are real high on this young man. And Demetrius, Arkansas, it came out today also, too, as voted by the media, 6th in the conference. Is that about right, or do you think they should have been a little higher, in your honest opinion?
I definitely think they should have been a little higher, but I think it's going to help the team. I think it adds more chip on their shoulder and more fire in your heart to really come out and have a good season, knowing that you lost to the national championship team in North Carolina last year. So I think these guys really have a lot of motivation going into this year, and if they don't, I'll be highly surprised. I would have to question Mike Anderson just with the type of season that they had last year, but I think these guys are equipped for what's coming this year. I think they're a lot more stable and diverse across the board.
I think with Arkansas' experience, I think came out also to Arkansas is one of, I believe, 3 teams in all of Power 5 basketball with 5 or more seniors on their team. So I think the experience factor with the mixture of the 2 sophomores, Adriel Bailey and C.J. Jones, and then that tremendous group of freshmen, Gabe Osabuono, Khalil Garland, Darius Hall, and Daniel Gafford. I think the mixture of, with the old and youthful all coming there in the middle, I think with that senior leadership, also to Anton Beard, look for Anton to be a great leader. This could be a really good year. This is not the first time that we in the media have heard Coach Anderson say he really likes this team. And when coaches start to talk about that, one thing I've come to find out, they must know a lot about that team. A lot of national media don't know, and I'm pretty sure they were picked around 5th or 6th last year. they're going to use this as motivation, like you said, Demetrius, to fuel their season in 2017-2018. But that's going to wrap up today's show of On the Hill with Pat Jenkins Sports Talk Radio. I want to give a big thank you to our guest, Blake Topmeyer of the Knoxville News Centennial, for coming on and talking Tennessee football here with us on the Hill, and also to Stephen M. Smith of Touchdown Alabama. It's always a good pleasure to hear from Stephen about Roll Tide. We heard audio today from Michael Smith, Arkansas wide receivers coach. Also, too, heard audio from head coach Butch Jones, and also to offensive lineman Jonah Williams, and lastly, tight ends coach Barry Lunny. And we finished it up with SEC Media Days, Coach Mike Anderson, Jaylen Barford, and Daryl Macon. We'll give a thank you to all our sponsors, Lindsay & Associates, and with locations in Fayetteville, locations in Rogers. Lindsay & Associates, we bring great neighbors together. Locomotion, you can catch it just below the Northwest Arkansas Mall in Fayetteville. And lastly, Fun City, they're right off the 412 bypass in Springdale. And be sure and catch us on iHeartRadio if you didn't get a chance to hear our daily stream as we podcast top segments of OTH each and every day. But that's going to wrap it up. We're going to continue on with more SEC football talk on our Thursday edition. Until then, it's On the Hill with Pat Jenkins. You guys have a blessed one.